Hello everybody and welcome to episode 18 of our amazing arena adventure. Today we shall be diving in to my first ever War of the Spork draft. I am quite unfamiliar with the format. I've seen some of these cards back in spoiler season, and I've seen a few of them dotted around in standard play, but kind of flying by the seat of my pants here. Vivian's Arcbows are rare. Now, I know it does awesome things in Constructed. Is it just as much of a bomb in Limited? These are the things that I'm going to have to sit here and figure out. I mean, it does many things. It has words on it. It can turn rando landos into action. Is that enough? I think we might be about to find out. There's some decent green stuff that could come back around. It's in one colour, so that's a good place to start. We'll start with the Arcbow. Take now, regret later. Plane-wide Celebration. It's expensive, does a lot of things, pushes us towards a proliferate-y kind of world. What else have we got here? Ashiok, definitely going to build some constructed decks around this bad boy at some point, that's for sure. Certainly doesn't mean we take it now. Additional cost, yada yada yada. It's a respectable removal, but it requires sacrifices. Totally lost its interaction. Should we just take big, dumb green rares and see where it leads us? Let's do that. Okay. Basically, nothing green here. So, Divination. Sahili wants us to cast non-creature spells. Well, we've taken 2 of those so far. Chandra's Triumph is pretty darn solid removal spell. There's plenty of red stuff that could come back around. I think it might be the solid removal spell that we want to take here. Again, I'm not super familiar with the format. I'm just trying to apply general drafting techniques to this, which is, at least at the start, take the best cards in the pack. The most bomby. Perfectly respectable white thing. Mono green ramp. Do you want to stick with red to try and push an archetype there? Spark Harvest is good. Probably just as good as Chandra's Triumph. It does just destroy target dangerous thing on your opponent's side. We'll go Spark Harvest. I'm not sure, tossing up between black and red right now, but green's looking pretty good. Could take the New Horizons to stick with green, and to Band Together's another solid removal spell. We'll actually need to pick up some creatures at some point for Arcbows and the like, but Wolf's good. Band Together is respectable. We've already taken 2 removal spells. The ramp would certainly help us. It helps proliferate for the Plane-wide Celebration, gets us there. What the heck? New Horizons. I am just making this up as I go along, after all. Right, we're going to need some creatures at some point. And they're going to need to be respectable ones. Dovin doesn't seem to do much. Tithebreaker Giant's big and expensive, but I like me a Tithebreaker Giant. Ward Scale is in green. Certainly a fine thing to put counters on. Ward Scale? Sure. This way we stay in green and leave our secondary colour open. There's nothing in here really pulling me in any direction other than just Grizzly here just tells me to keep on with green. Okay, nothing green here. Spark Reaper is a pretty respectable black card. Sacrificing just an endless value engine. We get some uncommon planeswalkers that don't really do much when they've ticked down twice. Yeah, out of those options, got to get some low drops at one point. Another New Horizons. Gonna need some big things to ramp into. Could take something red to keep us open. 2 black and 2 red at that point. Another New Horizons. Go mega ramp. I might just do that because we might open another big ridiculous thing for us to aim for. Kinds of ghost form. Yeah, it can do things. Another ramp card. Getting all the ramp cards. Okay, well let's just speculatively take some ramp stuff, I think. We're not playing sideboarding games, but if we're absolutely desperate for playables, just taking a lot of green, keeping it green for now. Iron Bully. It's a little expensive, but I've seen worse cards. Got to get some creatures after all. Iron Bully it is. He doesn't work. I don't mind a toll of the invasion. Sarkhan's Catharsis. It's expensive, but it basically reads, you know, murder. Casualties of War, A. Ooh, and a Death Sprout. And an Arlin. It's looking like black-green might be the direction we want to go in. We could splash some of this red stuff. We do have double New Horizons at this point. His casualties just too hilarious. Should I take it right now and generally aim towards Golgari colours? This ain't coming back, but it would be sweet if it did. Yeah, I ain't turning down a Casualties of War. That's hilarious. Still on the Citadel. We do need to find us some creatures. Or this arc bow is going to end up unplayable. Bolt Bend, eh? Change the target spell. That's just a solid green cantrip. I really want to take a second pick. A Vampire Opportunist. We definitely need more creatures though. Bloom Hulk. Again, if we can find some more platform kind of stuff, Bloom Hulk does just fine. Leyline Predator here is a good card and it's in the colours that we've been aiming for. Do I need to look at the rest? I think that's a pretty solid pickup right there. Sneaky little 2-drop that can chip in for some damage. Got to win the game eventually after all. Or a Shriek Diver that can do the same thing in the sky. We are kind of hurting for 2-drops. I think I'm fairly happy to be locked in on Golgari at this point. It's the colour of all of the rares that we've picked up. So, maybe attempt to splash this if we end up a little removal shy. Just thinking, definitely get in at Planeswalkers, but then so can the Shriek Diver. It's probably better at doing that, right? I mean, what's the curve looking like right now? A lot of 3s, not much 2s. Shrieky or Dusky? Opportunist's ability is so expensive. We need to be super aggressive, surely, and that's just insurance against flooding if we're an aggressive deck. We do need to pick up some 2-drops. I'll go with the Duskmantle Operative. I have no Planeswalkers, so that's not doing any work. Counter, then proliferate? Proliferate? I can't even pronounce that word to save my life. Not even going to try. The old Boreal Grazers aren't really where we want to be at. I kind of want to stay proactive. You know, if opponents are sitting there on Planeswalkers, I want to be able to poke at them. So I'm not sure about these Grazers here. More likely to take a second Duskmantle Operative, which can hopefully chip in for some damage against opposing walkers. I think we need a third New Horizons. Firemind's Vessel enters tapped and adds all sorts of colours. I think we desperately need that. Barely even need the 2 New Horizons, never mind a third one. Is there anything here we might want to play in Standard at some point? That's always a consideration when drafting. Anything that would go nicely in a Standard deck. I suppose the 3rd New Horizons, we could make a Ramparific deck. Or more counter magic? Yeah, maybe. There might be a deck I make that wants that. Rebel Bolt Riders, the Ceratok, or the very small very insignificant Banehound. Prismite. That can help us splash, it can help us ramp. We do now have some nice things that are quite expensive if you want to arrive at. The Ceratok is big and tramply though. We certainly have the ramp and the Prismite. See, if I had more experience with this format, maybe I'd know which one I'd rather have, but we are pretty darn shy on 2-drops, right? I mean, but the Ceratok seems so good. Will we see more Prismites? This is a tough one. Eeny, meeny. No, you shouldn't make major magic-based decisions on eeny, meeny, miny, mo, dang it. Gonna go with the Ceratok. We have to have something to ramp into. I'm sure there'll be 2-drops going around that we can grab. Shriek Diver or Nurturer. More ramp, respectable creature. Shriek Diver does help get in at opposing planeswalkers. Another iffy choice here. We'd like to have one Shriek Diver somewhere in the deck to go get him. He's adorable, but I'm not sure how good the zombie hippo is. He's the opposite of that 4/5 creature that overperformed back in Ravnica. More 2-drops just in case. I'll pick them up at some point, and I'll be glad I grabbed them now if we don't ever see a good opportunity to take one later. Nothing really here for us. Really don't know how good that is. Anything for standard? Anything at all? There might be something silly we can do with that in standard. Maybe. And none of this stuff excites me a great deal. Guess that can make the deck if I'm short on playables. It's probably way better than I'm realising, and people at home know it, and I look like a madman. This would go nicely in the creatures do combat damage with their toughness style deck, so we may eventually arrive at that in standard. If I end up wanting loads of ramp, there's another Grazer and a meaningless Sergeant. Okay, what's next? Khan's Bastion is the rare. Colorless Proliferator. A big dumb primordial worm, something to ramp into. Not exactly in Sahili colours. Could just basically rare draft, in air quotes, a respectable card for standard. Save on an uncommon wild card, because I'm that cheap. Do I really want to grab a primordial worm here? How good is Khan's Bastion? We don't have... New Horizons makes +1 counters. Toll makes a +1 counter creature. What creatures do we actually have? Just better have a pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11's a little better than I thought, and we managed to grab some along the way. And how much +1 counter stuff do we have? We do have these double black and double green things to cast though, and Khan's Bastion is going to be super annoying if I'm trying to get to them. Am I really just going to take a primordial worm here because it's a big dumb thing to ramp into? Has it really come to this? Lazotep Reaver makes a +1 counter kind of creature. Do I just take Khan's Bastions because it's the rare? That's the real question. No, I'm going to be spitting blood if I'm trying to cast the Casualties of War and I've got a Khan's Bastion in place of a forest or a swamp. This is a tricky one. And we do have a lot of rampy stuff sort of appearing. I'm probably going to take the big dumb 7/6. Yeah. Okay, here's a relevant walker. Samut. It's in our colours. Gives it haste. Doesn't do an awful lot for us though. that's for certain. Pollen Bright Druid can continue to push a proliferate sort of sub-theme. Plus it is a 2-drop. Still need those, I'm sure. Rubble Riders. Don't really want to dip into red for that. It probably is just the Catharsis at this point off a couple of New Horizons. Does Samet do much for us? We're not like hyper aggressive. Quite the opposite. We're trying to ramp into big dumb things. I suppose giving a big dumb thing haste is pretty good. That is true. It can get a lot more value out of a Primordial Worm. Instead of it just dropping and then being killed, it can drop, swing, and hopefully cause some carnage. Yeah, what the hell? I think I've even played with this Walker before, so let's have a Samet. And there's another perfectly respectable thing to ramp into. Arlinn. Right next to a Paradise Druid, also a very good card, but yeah, we have the ramp covered, I think. We have New Horizons. I can try and figure out what the right number of Arboreal Grazers to run is. It might be 0, because of course if you don't have a land card, they don't do anything, so probably shouldn't be depending on them too much. Yes, what the heck. 1 Arlinn, please. Get all the Planeswalkers now. Davriel is just a very upgraded Mind Rot. It's some good value, and I like me some good value, so what the heck. Davriel slots in nicely. Another Ward Scale Crocodile. And all the expensive stuff. Gotta make sure to get enough means to get there. Might need more ramp. Keep my eyes peeled for it. I think I'll another band together. We have the creatures now. It's solid removal. We don't have too much of that outside of casualties and yeah, what the heck, band together's a solid card to have in our deck. Probably works very well with Crawl Stinger, I bet, so you can go right in. Anything for standard? Anything at all? I'm sure there's something daft you could do with Neoform. I'm sure there is. That's the kind of card we'd like to see. That's the kind of thing Golgari wants to be doing. Aiding the fallen. All the grazers I could ever want. Callous Dismissal would have been good if we were in blue. Could technically. Is Sarkhan's Catharsis really worth splashing? Just one little card off the New Horizons. There's no harm in that, I don't think. Don't know why that thought was suddenly occurred to me, but there it is. Yeah, another grazer that I'm probably not going to even play. Another 2-drop. Combat Trick in our colours. A Wall of Runes for the inevitable Walls deck that we shall build one day. And a couple of pieces of jank. Right. Be sure to tell me how utterly awful I did in the comments, and looking forward to all your abuse. Average cost 3.4. Okay, now we have to make many cuts and turn this into something that resembles a deck. We certainly won't need this many mountains. Only planning on casting Sarkhan's Catharsis. We look pretty darn heavy in the 3-drop slot there, don't we? Which is certain. I do want these New Horizons because we do have things to push towards, and we do have a small proliferate sub-theme going on. And the Iron Bully does further that agenda. So I guess he can stick around for now. Got to make some cuts. Boy, do I need to make some cuts. Opportunist is not a card I'm a huge fan of, so you can go. Toll of the Invasion, again, does help with proliferating. How much proliferate do we actually end up with? Because we didn't take Khan's Bastion, we just have a Bloom Hulk. And... Yeah, I shouldn't be too concerned with Proliferate, I feel. That doesn't mean we ditch the Bloom Hulk, but it probably means we ditch the Iron Bully. Do you want to go 17 lands? Do we need to cut something up the high end? I don't want to. I just want to ramp into all these big dumb things and go from there. Is there a bit too much at the high end, maybe? Oh, I'm so bad at cutting cards. My babies, I want you all. Ah, that's the reason we wanted to have some Proliferate, isn't it? What about you? But we do still have those +1 counters knocking around with Horizons and the like. What are the last two cards? Or do I just run all these expensive cards and go 18 lands? I see we're on 17 right now. Oof, I have to make 3 cuts. Okay. I guess just the splash can go. I mean, that's just unnecessarily taxing our mana, right? You can still use New Horizons for its counters and for its ramping, so... Is Samet really all that astounding in this deck? It does get hasty value out of our big dumb things. Our worms. It's only big, real individual big creature that we want to be flinging at their face. Okay, maybe Samet can go. We're down to 40. Average cost is so expensive, but this is a draft. I find my average costs are generally higher and it's okay. I think I have a pile of cards here, folks, that resembles a functional Magic deck. Yep, we're leaning towards green over black. That makes sense to me. Yep. Well, I think it is time to cross our fingers and pray that we don't 0-3. And if nothing else, got some sweet standard cards. Shijimi. Yep, I think we can justify keeping this. We're 1 land away from having plenty to do. Keep now, regret later. That's my motto. There's still some mulliganing by the looks of it, and they're off to a very aggressive start. Drawing a Bloom Hulk. Not really part of the plan. That's a funny looking land. And suddenly very aggressive plan. Come on, third land. Where are you, baby? Okay, well, we won't be doing much blocking with him around. Toll of the Invasion, I think, creates a blocker and messes with their best incoming play. Wanderer's Strike, okay, fine. Let's stay defensive. Are you menacing? You are menacing. Well, they're just hitting us for 1 a turn at the moment, which is fine. Okay, well, that's a creature that's good when it is... I think we can... good when it's attacking. Who do we want to swing with? They can obviously tap us down, and we'd want to have someone back on the defensive. Looks like they don't have that many big creatures. We could come in handy later. Oof, let's just go with the Amass token. They'll inevitably tap the Bloom Hulk, but at least then we can block with something. Okay, no attacks at all. Do we want to get frisky with Bloom Hulk? We want to get frisky with everybody and just all out swing. It's a lot of damage coming at our opponent's face. Yeah. This is probably fine. Our creatures are just bigger than theirs, so we should be smushing them in the face, I think. It's a race we're winning. Our mana's a little awkward. Oh boy, another Wondrous Strike. Goodbye, Bloomy. I guess we need to go a little more defensive now. Fifth land's fine. I'd love to get to this Planewide Celebration. What's going to hold the fort the best? We'll just get in with the Shriek Diver and one more. Yeah, I'll play a bit fast and loose, dangerously. Grizzly, Reaper. It does help gain life and draw cards. Let's get you down. What did you draw, opponent? What did you draw? Just a land, choosing not to attack. Crocodile should be very useful for holding off just about everything they're doing. Do we want to just dive right in even with the Spark Reaper here? Get them very low on life. Okay, never mind, not really an option for us. I think with a ward scale Crocodile back on the defensive, we could just swing with everything. A chump there, a trade there. Not there. Growing the, what should we call it? Dreadnoughton. Stick with the ward scale Crocodile plan. I can't tap that down. Angrath could be annoying. He is amassing and he is giving everything menace, which allows them to get in everywhere. We might land here so that we could cast two things, push towards the celebration. Do we want to attack Angrath? I do think we need to see the back of him. What's he going to let us attack with? That is fine. I still think we fling everything. Should we just be going for face though? If they can have any hope of winning, it's going to be with this menace ability. This guarantees he's gone, and I can play two creatures to help on the ground. No more amassing, no more menace. Just 2 blockers on our side of the table. Now, any creature is good, any spell is good really, a land is good. What have you got, opponent? What have you got? If we were to draw a land, okay. Charmed Stray. Did the opponent mean to tap something with the Lawbrew Enforcer there? Quite possibly. Oh no, he still can. Down 4. Now we can just gain a lot of life if we need to, yes? I do believe we can. So let's absolutely get stuck right in with, just gain a mountain of life. Nah. We'll mix it up a bit, get some board presence as well as gaining some life to get us out of the danger zone. And get something back from the grave if I wanted. That's a little stew. That Dreadmulkin is growing ever larger. Right, what do we actually want to be doing here? There's little value in proliferating. That would grow him. How much damage could the opponent technically do next turn? About 8. 9, 11. We could do a lot, but I don't have no way of to get rid of our creatures to get in the hit. So I think we need a bit of life. We need a little bit of everything really. Take some life. We'll take a creature token. We might just take all the creature tokens. Could just take straight up 1, 2, 3, 4 creature tokens. They'll have a hard time blocking that. I mean, getting around that. Yeah. Citizen, 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 and citizen. 6 blockers back. Okay, and the opponent dies on the backswing, I suppose. Because I would have just been a maniac and swung with everything. Attack now, regret later. It's my motto, man. Okay, sweet. Always like to get that first win in the bank, first 100 gems. See if we can get 750 to get another draft for free. Diving right into game 2. Hologrammar. Essentially 5 lands. But it will allow us to play any of the big dumb things that we have. Sure. It's a pretty mana-hungry deck in general. So let's take a mana-ring hand. New Horizons plops a counter on the Duskmantle Operative. Or I could just Shriek Diver. Well, I would like our creature to be bigger than theirs. Counter and start bashing, or Shriek Diver. I vote counter, start bashing. Pretty soon it'll be too big for little creatures to block, and obviously has an ability that means big creatures can't block it. So could prove to be a nuisance for them. They've blocked it sufficiently well with the Spellkeeper. 1, 2, 3, have 5 mana. We could just slam Mr. Ceratok here as a 4/5. That would use our mana efficiently. He would then be the biggest thing going. There's a chance that they let this in. Maybe they really want that Spellbreaker Ward's ability. Okay, there you go. 3 damage just for free. Play a 4/5. And then start bashing in the air next turn, I suppose. We have the mana now to cast any of our big things. Scry 4, draw 2, eh? That's a cool card. More lands is not what the doctor ordered. And yeah. Bashicus, Facicus. Punch down at 8 and taking 2 in the air. We are shoot out of action. Opponent has a full clutch of cards after resolving this epiphany here. Is one of them a card that reads, "Stop bashing me in the face with a 2-power flyer"? Is that a card that you possess? Yeah, that card pretty much says, "Stop bashing me in the face, Mr. Flyer." But Ceratok is going to keep on bashing. Oi, oi, oi. I did keep a hand with essentially 5 mana in it, so it's basically my fault, this. What are you going to do, opponent? Chumps, takes 2. There's no proliferate value. Come on, give us something good off the top. Give us anything off the top, literal anything. That isn't another, oh dear, another big flyer. It's looking that way. Yep. Bounces the. Sorry. Well, that's a small plus. The operative can't be blocked by the 4/5. Yay. Getting in. Are we ever going to be able to get these last 6 points of damage? That's the question. Does it allow us to play both? Yeah, yes it does. That's something, I suppose. Casualties War wouldn't really help much here. Kill 1 creature and a plains, I suppose. all in. We'll just make some dorky 3/3. Kazmina, Enigmatic Mentor. Creating ever more dorks. What's that card that we have? Spark something, it just destroys target creature. You know. That'll get rid of one of these flyers at least. Here comes the aerial beat. Nope, opponent is still guarding their precious life total. Spark Reaper will allow us to put that first, so we have 6 mana available. None of our creatures is completely worthless though, but he should allow us to go digging for some removal or something powerful. Casualties of War is looking a little better now. We can hit a walker, creature and land. The Wanderer. So if he tries to exile a creature here, we can get some Spark Reaper back. So that would be cool. Yes, please. It's a shame to lose the Ceratok, but Grizzly is another card advantage engine. Evermore Wizards. What else does Kazmina do? What's her target? That stuff costs 2 more. Well, mana's not really the problem right now, so anything we want to cash in for Spark Reaper? I don't think so. We just want to play this Grizzly and start activating his ability. I think we want to sacrifice anything here. There's a big dumb one that unfortunately immediately dies to the Wanderer. Didn't even leave us the mana to activate Sparky's ability, and if we attack with anything, it just gets blocked. We just play the Grizzly and start activating its ability? Yes, we do. We play this guy and leave up mana for Sparky and for Grizzly. Don't think we have any attacks here. If we attack with the Death Toucher, then it just trays with a dinky little wizard. Big old life-gaining giant puts him back at a far healthier 11. Opponent's deck's pretty solid. And these flyers are gonna get there if we don't draw something good. Is the Shriek Diver just worthless at this point? I think it might be. Nah, that's not true. If we can find a way to kill the Griffin there, we can get the Wanderer down on loyalty. Yeah, if we can kill it at 3/4, we can get the Wanderer down so you can come down. What do we see? A forest. That does not make me happy. Wait a sec. Oh, I misread that card. I thought he just left it on top if it wasn't a creature. Toll of the Invasion does maybe something. Maybe gets that last card out of their hand. Or do we wait until they cash in the... we get back the Epiphany, do you think? It's likely to. Ooh, oi, 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 oi. How much mana would we have left if we did Grizzly now? 4. Problem is, of course, if it hits the removal spell that we need, it'll put it on the bottom. That ability isn't that great. Okay, let's use Toll now so we have a 1-1 to sacrifice to the Spark Reaper. May even sacrifice it right away. In case we do hit removal. I'm going to sacrifice this right here. Another Dust Mantle operative. Well, your sacrificial fodder, that much is true. Although for now I think we'll just leave up 3 mana in case he tries to remove something, so... just pass the turn, basically. Don't think there's any attacks through this swarm of bad guys. At least we hit something good off of Toll the Invasion. Downbreaker's a good hit. It's a damn good hit. Our opponent's deck's pretty solid, and this is only a bronze level, crikey. Elite Guard Mage is an excellent little card. Their life total is cramped up above ours now. This could be a long one if they don't kill us soon. Another Spellkeeper Ward so they can get back just Tamiyo's Epiphany all day long. Time to put a Shriek Diver in the way and sacrifice it. These are the things that we have to do. And now there's another blocker in the way. I think no, for now we can just take it. Don't know what the plan is here for actually winning. Now have lots of big annoying flyers to deal with. I think there's one slipping away from us, folks. Yeah, they can just swing in the sky. We can gain a bit of life, I suppose. That is a thing that we can do, but is it all going to be too late by then? Still have no good attacks anywhere. I guess the Crocodile can't be targeted by the Wanderer. Although I think, come to think of it, I might have just accidentally... Yeah. Well, I think we were done for anyway. Should have left up the mana so I could maybe gain the life to stay alive. But overall, I think... yeah, Poe's got some sweet cards in this little deck of his. Elite Guard Mage, Tonic, the Wanderer. Yeah, just let him have it. Let him have it. Because what were we going to be able to do there other than scrape by, barely stay alive? I ain't hanging around for that. Good game, opponents. Damn, I should have said good game. I will regret that forever. I missed that good game. Yeah, 1-1. See if we can do a little better than that. I mean, I thought our deck had Nice little bits of value in it, but crikey, that opponent's deck had some value. Trickster smelling. Okay. Yep, sure. 2, 3. Mana sink if we just draw lands. Wait, so hold on. Again, having read this card again, it only puts it on the bottom if it's a creature or a planeswalker that you decide you don't want. Right, gotcha. So it does go digging for removal spells and stuff. It can help to do that by pushing creatures and planeswalkers out of the way. Right, I got there. I finally understand what my cards do. By game 3. Grizzly or Toll? I like the Toll plan to maybe protect the Grizzly. There's a whole lot of stuff going on. No red mana. Stinger is the most capable of getting in our way here. So we'll get him out of the way. Okay, is this game going to be a far easier one than the last? I'm an idiot. But you all knew that. I was originally thinking I'd go with the Grizzly, but changed my mind at the last second. By then it was too late. Okay, the Grazer doesn't do an awful lot. I never trust these things to tap correctly, so... you swing out. Grizzly. If he plays a real creature, I can band together it and say goodbye. I mean, that's the game, right? We just... 2 creatures I control. You, creature he controls. Sweet, what? Up to 2 and 1. Sorry, Trickster smells. You strangely named fellow, you. Good. Carry on, carry on. I've drawn our arc bow yet. I wonder how it shall perform. Dang. Lands, 2-drop, 3-drop. Big thing to aim for. Sure, bro. I've never cast a Davriel before. Looking forward to it. Can't wait to build a deck around this bad boy. Casual discard deck. Beautiful. Fortunately, they can boop him in the sky here, so you might not get much value out of him. Whackley the Sun's Heart. So that thing's bashing for 3 in the sky. Casualties of War. Interesting. If we play Davriel now, he does just kind of immediately die to this War Screecher here. And you can't attack, or you'll just kind of die. Not you. You. Because other than the whole high alert ability, Whackley doesn't do anything too scary. Unless, of course, his entire deck is... But then it doesn't allow them to attack like high alert or cards like that. It only makes them... But then this 3/3 flyer could just get their way itself while my opponent started attacking. Of course, they don't know that. But nobody tell them. We're a green mana short for this Casualties of War. Oh, how I wish Davriel could protect himself. Don't really have a good play here. Yeah, Davriel just kinda dies. Immediately dies to the flyer. Guess we leave up Spark Reaper's ability. I mean, he would just be trading 1 for 1, which is a poor deal when we can get 3 for 3 out of him. Ashiok. Okay, I mean, that's a lot of milling for limited. I mean, he can mill 20 cards, can he not? I mean, that's most of our deck. That thing can win the game all by itself. I may actually want to start attacking creatures here. Got to find my way up to Casualties of War, I think. His plan seems to be just defend Ashiok like crazy. What if that's the whole deck's plan? Okay. We need Casualties of War online, and we need it now. So there's the green. That's something. Dang it, that leaves us 1 mana short for Spark Reaper's ability. It does give us the creature we will need. Okay, we'll look at the hand, make ourselves a... Which is actually the scary thing right now. The wall will do little or nothing if and when we can get rid of her. The removal spell will eventually actually do something. It's worth aiding the Fallen. He's just exiling our graveyard every time he activates the ability, so maybe we need to aid the Fallen now just to get any amount of value out of it. Just turn it into a Dust Mantle operative before Ashiok says goodbye to our graveyard completely. There's another Wall of Runes. Ashiok's still doing his thing. Okay. A land of any colour, please? I think we'd have to get rid of Huatli first, because then we can attack into these creatures. Oy, oy, oy. We can kill the flyer and get down Dust Mantle. Now the flyer will go when we're basically planning on drawing a land for this Casualties of War, basically. So when it hits, we can go Screech down, Huatli down, and then swing at Ashiok. For that, we'll want a Ceratok, will we not? Ceratok on the ground. Or no, I think actually we need then to have as few creatures as possible. Us to have as many as possible. I think it matters. Probably you. Guess I have nothing else to do and have to play Davriel. And then you. So now we can plan on going Casualties, kill Huatli, Island, Populace. Of course, he draws another obnoxious creature. My library's getting awful thin. Awful thin. Maybe we just have to go for Ashiok right now, just to buy the time. Come on, land. New Horizons gets us the mana for next turn. I think we do need to do that. Spread the counters around for proliferatory reasons. Play Davriel now, he just dies. But then if they do attack, then it would get that blocker out of the way. I think we might need to try and coax them into attacking. Why did I do that? Cancel. Because now if they attack with the Thunder Drake, we can remove the Rising Populace with the Casualties of War. No, they draw another pretty darn relevant creature. We're going to lose this one to milling because we have 9 cards and it's looking grim, folks. Maybe Plain-White Celebration can get us there somehow. We don't even... Oh, of course we have that land already. Right, so... Can't tap with him just yet. Got to get rid of Ashiok. We need more than 8 turns, so it's got to be Ashiok that dies, right? Because if we just blow away you and you, we don't guarantee get rid of Ashiok. But then how do we win if all of these creatures are 4/4 blockers? Ay, ay, ay. Can we win in 4 turns if we let Ashiok activate one more time? Maybe if... Yeah, I think we're going to have to try and do that because we can't allow these guys to still be... Planeswalker, land. How many enchantments? Why is it giving us the option then? Why am I not seeing an enchantment? Oh, my own enchantments. Duh. Right. Alright, done. Tapper is more obnoxious, or the one that's going to grow forever? I think that one's just going to get too big. Get them off double blue. And yeah, we're going to have to let Ashiok take us down to 4 cards in library and somehow win between now and then. Or then maybe not. Maybe he'd have to throw the law. No, he wouldn't. Why did I attack? Ah, I'm a fool. I'm a fool. He can just eat that thing. For some reason, I thought you were a 2/2. For some reason, in the back of my mind, he was a 2/2. So we now have 4 cards left. I mean, a land into Plain-White Celebration's our best bet. That gives us an army of 2/2s. And of course, our opponent drawing nothing. Spark Harvest. Well, I mean, what's it cost to do you for full? So pay 5 for the full thing. Oh boy. I don't think there's any way for this to work in our favour, folks. No, there's no attacks. 5. Yeah, sure. Guess we just need to use our mana efficiently. What's the most efficient use of our mana? Spark Harvesting or Ceratoking? I think we need a big creature down. We could sacrifice, like this guy, to bump off. Because you can attack into all this. He's just going to keep our best creature at bay. Kill him. Sacrificing our most relevant creature here. What on earth could we even... Okay, that gets us the Dusk Mantle Proliferate effect we needed. So we are now swinging in for 8. 2 cards left in the library. I don't think the math works. You best believe I'm swinging with absolutely everything. swing out with the crew. Choice do I have, man? Cross my fingers, expect to die. Create, man. Just... He counters it, but we still have him dead on board. Oh my lord. I did not expect to win that game. Holy cow. Mind officially blown. How did that happen? Whew. Victory, indeed. Good game, opponent. Come on, give us something good. A complete pile of jank. Holy moly, that was close, man. It literally drew our last card into our hand. We had no business winning that game, and yet here we are. Heart is pounding. That was sweet. Our next game cannot possibly live up to that. We will now draw only one of our colours, sit there on 2 lands, and die. Oh, sweet. Well, I'm half right. Here's only one of our colours. And a bunch of expensive stuff. We do nothing in the early game. I think that's what a mulligan looks like, boys and girls. Okay, well, we are digging for black mana. Finally found our arc bow, cast that on 2. Prowler on 3. Yeah, can do a lot worse. And yeah, as I understand it, you get up to about 6 mana, and then you just start chucking away any excess lands you draw. Hope to turn them into real value. Toll or Prowler? Prowler, I think. Completely forgot that he had a second line of text on him. I just thought he was, what's that? Double black, Etherborn Renegade or something. 2 and a 3, Deathlock's Lifelink. I just thought it was one of those. I forgot he could ramp. Nice. Let's just auto pass. Goodbye, Leyland Brother. A 3/3 Conjurant. Do we swing into that? I don't really want to trade them off. This is surely better than that thing is. I think we'll just toll and we'll chump with the 1/1 if the Conjurant attacks, so it becomes a 2/2. We have a lot of good white stuff, but no mana for it. Giant creature simply becomes a crummy old 1/1. Big old Enforcer Griffin. I'm not taking anything white because he blatantly can't cast it right now. Skylord gives a lot of value because Mina just straight up shuts down. What do I take here? There's a lot of good options. I mean, he's just 1 white source away from turning on some very good white cards. The most obnoxious card for us here is probably the Skylord. So I guess that's where we go. Not going to attack. Could actually start bowing for 5 mana. They peel the white off the top. So now, of course, they can put counters on creatures. I'm still fine with shrinking the Conjurer down to a 2/2. If they want to spend mana and cards to undo this, then okay, fine. That's not astonishing value. Yep, fine. What have you got for us? Passing and leaving up the battlefield promotion, and that is it. Does it untap? No. Do we just want to, seems another early, start chucking forests? I think we can get in here. Got no way of dealing with attacking creatures, does he? No. Back to life. We do want to get up to at least like 6 mana. There's nothing here we desperately need to kill. Yeah, that'll do for now. Could chuck the Aid of Fallen, it's not really doing much. Probably will actually. For X5. Yeah. Of course, if we whiff with this, that looks very bad. What the hell? Reaper, Stinger, Duskmantle, Operative. Duskmantle Operative can't do much here. There's nothing it's getting past. Spark Reaper can be good value in the long run. Crowl Stinger just, obviously, Death Touch is his way to victory. You know, 2 Death Touches then. Yeah, we're going to need to sacrifice to the Spark Reaper, do we? Just take the Stinger. Yeah, a couple of Death Touch creatures. Can have to hold down the fort. Our opponent can get in at Davriel. You can very much get it for 2 with ease. Is that worth killing the flyer over? He has a much scarier flyer down the line. If you put battlefield promotion on the bird, he would kill Davriel in one fell swoop. But I think we'll get some value out of him, I think. Take him down, we should get a Mind Rot's worth of cards out of Davriel. Which is some acceptable value. Is there anything we desperately want to kill here? Should we save this for... Could eat the flyer with it. Nah, we'll save it for something more scary. Could of course band together at instant speed. Fine with this. This means we get our 2 cards out of our opponent's hand. We get our Mind Rot out of the deal. I guess this isn't too concerning. Cash in Davriel. All 3 of the cards in his hand are strong, so I'm happy to see the back of any of them. So out of our Davriel we got a battlefield promotion and a Casmina's transmutation. That's pretty fine. It is going to start getting in at us though. That's the thing. As our opponent is helpfully highlighting for us, this guy will only trade for an Ingen's Conjurant, which is astounding. But if they want to make that trade, I think that's fine. That slows down the beats that we're receiving. And with this Archipel out, we should do well in the long game because we can turn excess lands into value. So us both losing a creature there, generally slowing down the game, it's fine by me. Are we going to see a Griffin or a Wanderer's Strike, I wonder? There's Griffy boy. Do we play the 6th land, or do we... I think we do want 6, because there are plenty of things that we want for 6 and 7 mana, so I think we are going to gobble up this Griffin. Get rid of the big Griffin. Start swinging back with our life-linking Leyline Prowler. And we will play this land. Of course, we do have a 7-drop, but at this stage, I think I am fine with cashing in lands for Archbow value. Laying down the beats and can obviously stop the Prowler from continuing to get in. This is instant speed, isn't it? Last I checked. Yep. So we should Archbow for 6. Guess we'll do it now. We might hit a flyer. Vivian's Grizzly, the Ceratokrish. We did hit a flyer, but do we just want to trade off flyers, or do we want something big and scary? Probably just want the big and scary option. Because now we either attack with the life-linking thing or the big thing. Oh. Keep doing what we're doing. And repeat. If they don't attack with the Law Reinforcer, we might as well wait till the end of turn to try and flash in a creature, because obviously they can just tap it out of the way if they... and it flies, so whatever it is. You can Law Rune it. Opponent hits. We don't know. We hit something. Big old Primordial Worm, that'll do nicely. A Ward Scale Croc. And taps the big fatty, no great surprises. We keep on swinging. We could have a counter spell, but they could have a lot of things, so let's go Crocodile. Archbow's done some work here. Okay, I'm not sure why they're saying good game, but good game. Okay, opponent, I guess, just drew a couple of lands and can't beat the big fat fatties. This deck is performing better than I thought it would. I mean, up to 4-1, maybe. Up to 4-1. At 4, I'm generally pretty satisfied with the gem rewards that we get. Hell, I'm usually satisfied with 2 wins, because at least then we get back, what, like 200 gems or something? It's like a, you know, respectable amount of a whole additional draft. Okay, this hand is kind of a stinker. We have the bow and not much else. No black mana. Oi. Do we just pray for black mana again? I think we do. Come on, black mana. Okay, maybe bow will lead us to victory once again, because it certainly did that last game. It hit the 4-5, it hit Primordial Worm, just kept hitting. Okay, there's the black. Operative coming down. Hand's developing relatively well. We're up to 4 mana. We can, again, just keep playing up to 6, play the worm, and then start chucking lands away. It's just having a 1-4. Doesn't have defender. It's not getting aggressive. They are playing a defensive game. There's a 7 drop, so I mean, we could maybe bow for 4, but we're really trying our luck there. Trying to get a 4 drop in the top 4 cards. Doing more than laid the fall than is right now, but now our opponent's not putting us under immense pressure. Let's just hold on. Do I now do it for 5? Probably. I think 5 is like the minimum cutoff point that I'm going to start, because I should hit a creature by rights. It really should. And we've got to start doing something on this board. Their board is vastly outstripping ours. Goodbye, Aid the Fallen. Hello, Leyline Prowler. 7 mana all of a sudden, so we could play my Celebration. We could eventually use that to get back so many cards from our graveyard. Or we just make a swarm of 2/2s, but again, where does a swarm of 2/2s really get us right now? Proliferate does nothing, Life Gain does nothing. It's the getting back like 4 things from the grave that could be just back-breaking here. So let's just get the worm down. And see what happens. Because yeah, we can get into a situation where we are using Play My Celebration to get back 4 creatures. That's got to be like a huge swing, right? So I will trade off creatures quite aggressively now. Do I start attacking with anything here? Just to get stuff in the old graveyard. Primordial Worm would trade with what? Like 1 ward scale and little proliferating dude, I suppose. Not even that, it would be a ward scale and a charmed stray. Let's just settle in for the long haul. Play Viv's Grizz. And start activating its ability on it. Another charmed stray. Not the scariest creature in all of Magicdom. I suppose it could have been attacking with the Leyline Prowler, but we get to use its mana here. Maybe next turn. Maybe next turn. Okay, what does Viv get? So does that just stay on top? Yes. No, it does go to the bottom. My understanding of this card is completely changed all over again. So it does put it to the bottom if it's not a creature or a planeswalker. Fine. Okay. could make Primordial Burn really big to encourage them to fling as many things in front of it as possible. I feel like I'm going to New Horizons for sure. Leaves us with a choice about where to put this counter, for one thing. If I do put it on the worm, they will have to... let's just do this. Like I said, I want to trade up creatures. Let's get stuck in. Let's make some stuff happen. Let's make some creatures die so we have stuff to get back. Prowler and Worm, get in. I'm not that bothered if these guys die, so long as they take something with them. The opponent just jumps and grows the Charmed Stray and the Light Shield, obviously. Ay caramba! Suddenly he has a huge armada. And then it all grows. Yowza! What a turn for the opponent. Are we even, like, alive now when they swing back this turn? Because that was a huge swing. Guess I should have been more patient. Guess I should have just waited for the opponent to force things to happen. Yikes. Holy goddamn. Swing with everything? Yep, so now I'm forced to probably just die. I mean, what can I do but just block the two biggest ones and try not to die? Don't really want to use Grizzly in case a removal spell appears. No, we certainly don't have the time to muck about with Planewide Federation anymore. Oh, 31 life, crikey. Even if we just make an army of dorks, I don't think that really gets us anywhere. Well, what else can we do, really? Die, I think, is the answer to that question. I think we can die. Well, I'm going to bring the pain. So even if they don't kill us right this second, I don't see how we win this in the long run. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm doing if I'm sat in his chair. Wait, what can we really even hope to achieve here? That puts us super dead. Everything puts us super dead is the unfortunate problem. Like literal everything. Looking like that saves some lives. Ouch. to say is just ouch. That gets pretty perfectly around our H7. I think no matter what I do here, we're dead. Well, our opponent had one wicked turn with the Pledge of Unity, Martyr for the Cause, followed by an Awakening of V2 Ghazi. Forget about it. Crazy. Don't think there's well, we can do anything relevant here. We just jump and die, and ultimately, good game. Whew, what a sequence from the opponent. I guess that's what experience with the format would give you. I had no anticipation for that green-white blowout, basically, at all. I'll be very bloody mindful of it in future, I can tell you. Whew. Okay, we're fighting for our life now. The next loss is our last. All round, though, I'm pretty happy with how it's gone. I mean, I was just blindly stumbling and guessing my way through my first ever draft here, so... Well, my first ever draft, my first one of the Spork drafts, obviously. Do we have an opponent anytime this century? Do I have to cancel and rejoin the queue? Nope, there we go. We have found a worthy opponent. Of course, now, I forget, now we've gotten 4 wins under our belt. We're playing against other people who have that many wins under their belt. So now we're going to run into some good decks, I think. Gold-ranked opponent with a 4-0 deck. A little scared, not going to lie. Bo didn't do much last game. I'd have been more conservative, might have had the chance to. One Arcbow. Golgari Mirror, it would seem. Nice. Red pass, damn you. Okay, looks like we're going to stare at each other with Leyline Prowess. Do we just trade Prowler for Prowler here? Not just yet. I'd like to be able to build a wall and protect a Planeswalker for once. Herald O the Dreadhorde. Guess we go Gloomhulk as a 4/4. Have to rush for the door, so I will submit 0 and be back ASAP. Terribly sorry about that, folks. Man, let's just Get that obnoxious little thing off the board. Really in much of a position to protect a Davriel just yet, or at all. Starting to see some of the weaknesses in our deck now. That is, it's terrible and has very little synergy and makes very little sense. Just casualties are always looking pants right now. A 6-mana murder. Wholly unimpressive. Spark Reaper with 3 mana up to do something if needs be. Fine with that trade. Casualty's still looking very silly. See if their last card's anything particularly nasty. Nope, it's nothing. Do we want to Spark Harvest anything particularly scary here? Don't think so. Maybe trade with the Herald of the Dreadhorde and try and Spark Harvest the resulting mass token, especially if they grow it. Okay, put some counters. Proliferates. Yeah, I'll make this trade. So we can pick off the resulting 4/4. May end up chucking Davriel just to get some Vivian's Arcbow value because he's going to do an awful lot right now. Go digging for 5 here. I think that's reasonable. Bump off you. Pitch Davriel for 5, I think. Fantastic. Pretty much exactly what we wanted to see there. I agree, it was nice. Lovetail's still dangerously low, but he's not exactly threatening right now. Let's start bashing back. And now start bowing for 6. Nice. This just keeps lighting up rather purpley, doesn't it? I mean... Okay, bash some face. And... that shut up our emoting opponent. Yep, Arcbow, I have decided, is awesome. I, wasn't aware of that when I picked it. I just figured, this is the kind of card that generally is awesome, right? You discard something janky and you go for something great. And it has proven itself to be sweet. Ojin. Yep, couple of creatures, decent removal spell, and casualties. Which hasn't done too impressively this draft. I keep running into this little guy. People seem to love this little guy. I'm pretty sure all the pros have said, yep, Lord Rune Enforcer is the absolute A-star, best white common, and everyone has latched onto that. I mean, it's true, right? I mean, it's pretty damn good for what it is. Right. Creature or New Horizons? Our opponent is stalled on mana, and we want to lay down as many beats as we can. We can just go straight into the next turn. Bloom Hulk. Won't get any value out of it though. Let's go Stinger. See if we can get them to waste a removal spell on this before we start attempting to get busy in the air. Toll of the Invasion would be interesting to see what's going on over there. It's a shame we can't New Horizons and then Toll. Do we want to start laying the beats on them? Do we just Bloom Hulk as a big dumb 4/4 here? I think we might. If we just get one more land, we can New Horizons and like Shriek, Diver, or Toll in one turn. Use our mana very efficiently. Wanderer's coming down, making Bloom Hulk look a little silly. Absolutely getting stuck in. We didn't draw the land, but we draw a Leyline Prowler, whose lifelink could prove very handy here. I think we have to take this opportunity to knock those two counters off of her because our deck has plenty of targets for that, or at least a reasonable number. Could have New Horizons him up, couldn't I, really? Nah, get the Predator down. His lifelink could be invaluable. Still holding out for that turn where we can land New Horizons and then 3-drop. And it's in super aggressive colours. Healy, eh? Might want to use Casualties of War in her direction. Come on, land, so I can New Horizons. Dang it, do I want to New Horizons the Leyline Prowler anyway? Okay, if I New Horizons Leyline Prowler and swing at Nahiri, what happens? You'd have to throw both in the way to kill it. You'd have to chump with one of these. Am I okay with that? Kind of am. We'd also gain a lot of life. He could also, I mean, he could just swing, but then he'd only have to put the battalion in front. Ah dear. Okay. Gonna go with this plan. Prowler big. We could actually also just use the mana elsewhere, couldn't we? But then he still dies. So either they chump, throw both in the way, or take the hit. Hopefully, none of these options are too appealing, and with a 3 life gain as well, buys us time. He doesn't want to throw either creature away, so we get to knock Nahiri to the point where she can't do much. Okay, that's fine. 5 mana to kill our 3-drop is pretty fine. Although he does get to have both Wanderer and Nahiri back on. Probably kill Wanderer right now. If I could find a thingy to save me life. I think Shriek Diver can take care of. Just do it twice, I'm not leaving up mana. It'll just annoy me. The Wanderer, I think, so that we can happily land this Ceratok. Another land, people, come on. Just want casualties now, just want to hit the red source, hit Nahiri, hit their best creature. One more land of any colour, and I'm a happy boy. Should have done Nahiri, shouldn't I? Was just too eager to bash face. Even still no 6th mana source. It's amassing and cycling. I think just being choked on mana a little bit is not going to help it. It's not going to... Yeah. It's going to result in our demise is what it's going to do. Because even now if we draw the 6th land, it's too late, I think. We lose to the Law Rune Enforcer, tapping down just about everything we're trying to do. Although we can do this. Attack their hand, take their... which is actually the worst card here for us. A menacing... a first striking creature or yet another Nahiri. Yeah, we didn't do much, and she will die to... can't do the war. Guess I'll take the Grim Initiate. Take the 1-1. Bands together at instant speed, I suppose. Next. He draws away to remove the creature, then I think it's all over, folks. I should really have killed Nahiri instead of the Wanderer. But then we wouldn't have this Ceratok right now. And the opponent is tapping down a dork, swinging with the crew, and Don't exactly see a way out of this. Well, somehow we're still here. But not for long, I fear. Yeah, I'll probably just play as another Nahiri, and could definitely play that last match better. The fatigue was getting to me. I'm not cut out for Pro Tour levels of like 12-hour streaks of Magic, because I get tired after about like 1.5. 650 gems though is very tasty, and we got lucky and got double packs. Let's crack these bad boys open before we finish. Had one random pack left over from our weekly wins, so let's open that too. Rouse Outburst, okay. Precious Ball cards, and a Parhelion, a ridiculous 8-drop. Okay. It's too janky even for one of Saffron Olive's like against the odds decks. I mean, it's performed terribly as I recall. Another Mixilus, he's not that great, but I just like on Mixilus the character, so I'm pleased to see him. And another Deliver Unto Evil. Maybe one day we'll spend some mythic wild cards on some Bolasses, and we can make some use of that card. Go on, give us a nickel Bolas. Give us a Bolas. Invade the City is not half bad, if I recall. It's interesting. 4 wild cards and a Solar Blaze. A unusual sweeper. Sweeper nonetheless, for like a Jeskai control deck. Okay, right. Overall, big fat pile of gems, so we now have another draw for free. 5 and 3, ain't bad at all. I'm pretty pleased with all of that. Thank you for listening, everybody. I've been Magic Mike, and it's been a pleasure speaking with all of you.